I had in mind to review Lunch or Launch, however you want to pronounce it, depending on the way you experience the original Dragon Ball series. So, yeah, we have Launch from Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball series, and it's a very small figure. It's not very big, it is pretty small, but she does come with a lot of many different things. So let me get her out and see what we got working with. Alright, so here we have Lunch. So yeah, it's a very tiny figure. For comparison, I actually brought what would normally be your regular SH Figuarts stature, which right here we have Goku from the video I did a couple of days ago. But yeah, as you can see, comparing them in size is she's very tiny. That's all I really have to say. But it honestly doesn't look like a horrible thing. It's like accurate to what the show is and to pretty much everything else. But from what I've seen, okay, so yeah, let's just get right into it. Pretty much. So in inches, she is around 5.25 inches. Something like that. So smaller than your average figure, but pretty good nonetheless. So, let's just take a look at the figure in itself for now, and then afterwards we can look at what she comes with, in this case the accessories and everything else. So, let me just set her down, because my god, I'm just moving her everywhere. So, my first initial thoughts is that she looks really good, even though there are some areas where it does feel like they could have done a little bit better. So, yeah, I really like the amount of detail that went into the hair. Each and every single... I really like the amount of detail that went into the hair, especially with the amount of curls and folds that she has throughout the whole thing. And I really like that it actually moves and it's poseable. But yeah, I feel like she's the same size as Kefla, one figure that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. But I will argue that she has a lot more detail, and even then, she was much cheaper than Kefla, like 20 bucks cheaper. So there's that. And yeah, so again, I feel like she uses a different kind of mold for her joints due to her size, because she's not as beefy as the other Dragon Ball characters. So there's all of that. But let's actually take a look at the joints to see what we got working with. So, the neck is the same one as Kefla, and it seems that it's very easy to take out due to her separate facial expression. So, the neck doesn't really move that forward or backwards. So, but the hair actually does let it move more than you'd think it does. So, pretty good range nonetheless, especially for a character that doesn't have a movable neck. So, yeah. Arm, you will be able to put her arms up. Not as straight as other characters, so there's also that. So, yeah, she can do the T-pose as any other character, of course, because why not? But her joints, this is where I heard most people don't really like it, and that's her joints. First of all, it's her shoulder, not her shoulder, her elbow joints, and her kneecap joints. So, it's really just a round joint. It's not a ball of any type. I don't know the official terms of these joints, so I really got to do more research on this. But yeah, I did notice something when taking her out of the box, and that's the legs right here. I don't know if it's because of my personal copy, but there seems to be like some stains on the figure. I don't know if it was due to manufacturing errors, but there's also this little area right here where it's like slid up and it wasn't sealed properly compared to the other leg. So yeah, it's probably just a manufacturing error. I'm not really too mad about that because, again, this figure is tiny and it will be posed in a faraway place where it won't be noticeable unless you get really close to it. Now, flexibility on the legs. That's pretty much as far as she goes when it splits. Honestly, pretty good. But I feel like it could have been done better. But again, actually, no. Let me take that back. It actually works well for her size and for her model. For the legs, okay, I don't want to break this already, because one of my friends has this figure, and he broke one of the leg joints in, like, the first week. Oh yeah, torso. That's something I actually really like, because I think it's due to again, I'm going to reference the size of this figure a lot, because it makes her work with some areas much better than the other figures. For example, the Goku that I showed in this video as a comparison. But she can arc her back this much, which is honestly more than necessary. And she can go forward or crunch forward like that. Pretty good. Honestly, not that big of it, not that bad. Pretty good, I will say. Legs, it is kind of difficult to actually put her leg up. That's as far as it goes. For the size of this figure, it's not bad. She can do the typical girl character pose where she's just standing on one leg, holding her hands together, like she's praying, and then just smiling. But aside from that, there really isn't much to talk about with the figure in itself. So let's get right onto the accessories. And yeah, we'll be right back. Alright, so this may not seem like a lot, but for a figure of her price, it's pretty good, I will admit. And here's the original head that it came with. So, I did behead her for just a little bit to show that she has this different head for when she sneezes. So let's actually take a look into that. It's pretty much the same face sculpt. There are some... actually, let me get that back to actually show more accurately what it actually is. So, they both have... They're pretty much the same size. I'm pretty sure they're the same mold. And even then, the ribbon is the same. When in the anime, it actually is different. I think the ribbon is different in the anime, depending when in her form. So, but I honestly don't fault them for it, because making a whole different head sculpt is just not necessary when you already have one head sculpt that you can just reuse. So I don't blame them for that. They have the same. This one has the same features as the other one, where it's like just folding the back hair for posability, and of course removing the front to exchange the facial expressions, which she does come with 3 separate facial expressions. 2 of them are facial expressions for her blue hair form, so her non-aggressive form, which honestly is pretty good. Hey, so she has a smiling facial expression, and then she also has the sneezing facial expression. And I'm trying to hold them as best as I can because they're tiny. I don't want to drop them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like this pretty good detail as well. especially for how small they are. But yeah, and there's also the blonde hair facial expression. She has a massive forehead. But this is the only facial expression that she has for the blonde hair version. I honestly think that they should have done another one where it's literally just the same thing as this one, but in painted yellow, you know? Because that would have helped, like, oh, she's sneezing in her angry form, and she's turning blue. But she also comes with the 1-star Dragon Ball. I think this is a trend that the Dragon Ball Saga figures have, where they each one of them come with its own separate Dragon Ball. I'm pretty sure the Bulma SH Figuarts comes with one as well, but who knows? I don't know. Here's her little gun prop. This doesn't shoot. YouTube, don't demonetize me, even though I don't have monetization. And she also comes with 4 sets of 4 different hands. And honestly, again, this figure is pretty bare bones. It's such a small figure, but for the price that it came at, it's really good, honestly. But yeah, let me exchange some things, and I will be right back. Before I go into the poses, let me actually show her on how she looks with her angry form. It's pretty much the same. Again, same face sculpt, same everything. It's just a different hair color. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize how big her ass was. But okay. So, yeah, let me get her into some poses. It looks the exact same, just with yellow hair and a different facial expression. But honestly, it works so well. Alright, so I just decided to do her sneezing pose because that's honestly one of the most basic ones and easiest ones to do for this figure. But overall thoughts on this figure, it's a really good figure. If you like Dragon Ball and you watch Dragon Ball, and if you like this forgotten character by Toriyama, then go ahead and get her. She's pretty much available where in any store that sells SH Figuarts. In a number score, if I have to give her a number score, I would give her honestly an 8 out of 10. Mostly because she's very frail. And that's the only downside of this figure. Like I mentioned earlier, my friend broke his figure like a week when he got it. So yeah, that's overall the end of this video, but I will just continue posting her up to show what she's capable of. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next review.